I was a modern dancer and I taught creative movement a long time ago. But I never really understood the depth of what was going on. And from working with Christine, what I began to see in Rihanna's development was this overwhelming amount of excitement that would happen. So she would come to class, and each week she would learn more, and she'd remember more about the rhymes that they would do, and the giggling would happen, and the fun, and understanding that what she was doing was cross-pollinating her brain, the hemispheres of her brain, that suddenly her emotional state was much more secure. So this level of self-confidence, which she has, but not necessarily around people she doesn't know, just started to blossom. Her physical coordination started to bloom and just took off at that point. Her spirit started to show up, and it just, you may not see it now, but when her giggles begin, it's just contagious. And people say that all the time, where this brilliance started to come out from her. And so much of it was the development of coming and being here at Nurturing Pathways. So on one of Christine's questionnaires, she asks about kindergarten readiness and how Nurturing Pathways really can help and support that place of kindergarten readiness. And I really sat down and thought about what is it that has changed in Rihanna that's allowed her that gift in some ways that I didn't know about Nurturing Pathways for my son. What I see is, for kindergarten you need to be able to sit and you need to quiet and listen to directions and follow the teacher and stand in lines, but that's not what the readiness is really about. So much of it is relatedness, how a child relates to themselves, how they live inside their own bodies. So much of it is also how they relate to the world, how I start to watch her and how she moves within the space, within her space, how she interacts with other children within their space, how she uses the negative space, and is very mindful then so that she doesn't run into anybody or hurt anyone. So they're crawling around in the slimy little lizard. And Kai was having a really challenging time with his first grade homework. And then this one day, they're slithering around, they're giggling, they're laughing, they're all over the floor, the wood floors. And he sits down to do his homework, and it's a piece of cake. No problems, no crying, no tears, no challenges. And we're thinking, okay, let's try it again. So this went on and on and on and on. And each time he would do the slimy lizard, he would come back and be able to do his homework really easily. She also would put him through the obstacle course. And what we found was when he would hang upside down or do rolls, he was able to memorize his spelling. So instead of having 5 to 7 words wrong on his practice tests, we would hang him upside down, and he would be able to get 100% on all of his practice tests. And so for that reason, he wouldn't even need to take the final test at school because he already did so well in the practice tests. So it is an enormous change, because what I found in him, even though he wasn't taking class, was as Rihanna would do class with him, his self-confidence started to build up, his ability to do his academic work, his emotional state started building, his physicality was even more heightened as well. I think the biggest surprise, and this may make me cry, my biggest surprise was when I was in school, they couldn't figure out what was wrong with me because I couldn't read. And so when I was in 5th grade, they told me that there was something wrong and that I had a second-grade reading level, and they didn't know what to do. So they sat me in front of a machine in a dark room, and I had to read the words, and I couldn't comprehend anything, and it was going too fast for me. And it was a really frustrating time. And after doing Nurturing Pathways for 3 years, I can read now. I can comprehend. I've been reading all the children's books that I never did. it was so exciting. My son, Kai, and my husband, Mark, were reading Harry Potter. And these are thick, heavy books. And I actually got through all of Harry Potter. And it was such a feeling of accomplishment for me. And that wasn't something I expected. And it really proved, I'm almost 50 years old, and for the first time I can actually read and comprehend information. And that really took me by surprise. I wasn't expecting that. Here I thought I was coming for my daughter, and I get this amazing benefit from this. I have recommended Nurturing Pathways to so many people, and everyone that has come has been so excited about their time that they have with their children, and the information that they're learning about brain development and about themselves. So I really feel as if Nurturing Pathways allows a child's whole being to come out, their mind, their spirit, their emotions, their heart to come.
I love Nurturing Pathways.